Welcome to Pro Webcast News, where we bring you daily industry updates. Today is Thursday, June 3rd, and you're watching the Afternoon Update with Paul Wilson. Today's news is sponsored by Game Plan Financial. Every game has a winner, every winner has a game plan. For more information, visit gameplanfinancial.com. Now for today's headlines. Atlanta Federal Reserve President Dennis Lockhart believes the U.S. economy is nearly strong enough to enable the Fed to consider raising interest rates. While conceding that unemployment will probably remain high for an extended period, he said that the central bank should not wait too long to take action. Quote, "The time is approaching when it will be appropriate to consider recalibrating interest rate policy. I do not believe that time has yet arrived. As the economy continues to improve and financial markets find firmer ground, extraordinarily low policy rates will not be needed to promote recovery and will become inconsistent with maintaining price stability." Unquote. His comments are far different than those made recently by the regional Fed president, who has been far more conservative about the bank's policies. Lockhart cited improvements in consumer activity in recent months, as well as strong business investment in equipment and software. However, he cautioned that the recovery will likely remain unpredictable, with poor employment dampening growth in income and consumer spending. In economic news, Warren Buffett this week shared a dire prediction for municipal bonds in upcoming years. Speaking at the U.S. Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission in New York, Buffett said, quote, "There will be a terrible problem, and then the question becomes, will the federal government help? I don't know how I would rate them myself. It's a bet on how the federal government will act over time." Unquote. Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway Inc.'s investment portfolio included municipal bonds valued at less than $3.9 billion as of March 31st, down from more than $4.7 billion at the end of 2008. In a letter to shareholders in 2009, Buffett warned of the risk of insuring municipal bonds, saying public officials could be tempted to default on bonds whose payments are guaranteed by insurance companies rather than pushing through necessary tax increases. In annuity news, guaranteed living benefits, or GLBs, were elected 87% of the time when offered during the first quarter of 2010, down slightly from the annual election rate of 89% in 2009, according to LIMRA's most recent annuity study. According to Dan Beatrice, senior analyst at LIMRA Retirement Research, quote, "The importance of the guaranteed paycheck for life to consumers is evident, as guaranteed life withdrawal benefit riders represent 3/4 of all new premiums sold with a living benefit rider." Unquote. The GLWB election rate held steady at 64%, when any GLB is available for purchase in the first quarter of 2010. Meanwhile, guaranteed minimum income benefit riders were elected 16% of the time, and guaranteed minimum accumulation benefit had 4% market share for the period. According to LIMRA estimates, GLBs were elected in contracts representing $17.2 billion during the first quarter, while VA assets with GLB increased 7% to $440 billion. Finally, the rate at which any GLB was elected remained stable in the career distribution channel at 73%, while independent fell slightly to 90%, and bank channels dipped 1 percentage point to 91%. I'm Paul Wilson, and thanks for watching Pro Webcast News. For more in-depth news and features, visit producersweb.com.